Good morning, children. We have finished the first lesson, motion. Then second lesson, force and laws of motion. So first of all, we understand the force. In our daily life, we observe that when a ball lying on the ground is given a small hit, the ball moves a little. It does not move forever. Similarly, to open a door, we have to push the door handle and close the door. We have to pull the door handle with our hand. This means that to move an object, some muscular efforts in the form of push or pull is needed. Therefore, simply we can say that a push or pull on an object is known as force. The direction in which an object is pushed or pulled is called the direction of force. Actually, the force is an external agency or physical cause, or we can say that the efforts that can change the or try to change the position of an object. Listen again carefully. The force is an external agency which changes or try to change the position of an object. So, dear student, on the basis of the definition of the force, there are the certain effect of force are, such as a force may move a stationary body. Example, when we kick a football kept on the ground with our foot, the football starts moving with speed. The force applied by our foot moves the ball. Similarly, force of push or force of engine can move a stationary car in the forward direction. So, force may move a stationary body. The second one, a force may stop the moving body. For example, it is also common observation that football rolling on the ground stop after some time due to the force of friction of ground. Similarly, speeding vehicles stop by the force of friction of the brakes. Now, third number, force can change the speed of moving body. When any object falls freely from the certain height, its speed goes on increasing in the downward direction due to the gravitational pull of the earth on the object. Similarly, when an object is thrown vertically upward direction, the speed goes on decreasing due to the gravitational pull of the earth. Now, next point, a force may change the direction of moving body. Already we have observed that in a tennis match, when a moving tennis ball is hit by the racket, then it goes in different direction. The force applied by the tennis player's racket changes the direction of the moving tennis ball. Next point, force may change the size and shape of the object. If we press a rubber ball or a balloon between our two hands, the shape of the rubber ball or balloon is deformed from spherical to oblong. The force applied by our hand changes the shape of the rubber ball or the balloon. So finally, we can say that force is an external effort which tends to set a stationary body in motion or stop a moving body, or which tends to change the speed and direction of moving body, or which tends to change size and shape of a body. This may be in the form of pushing, pulling, stretching, or compressing, etc. Now, further, force are of two types. Number one, balanced force. So, definition of balanced force. Force is said to be balanced if the resultant of all forces acting on a body is zero. It means if a number of forces act on a body and the body does not move, then the forces are said to be balanced. For example, suppose a heavy box is pushed with our hand and does not move. It means remains in state rest. In this position, we can say that force is said to be balanced. Now, unbalanced force. So, force is said to be unbalanced if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is not zero. Mind it here. The resultant force of all the forces acting on a body is not zero, then the forces are said to be unbalanced. Got it? So, numbers of example of unbalanced force are here. For example, a bicycle will slow down if the rider stops paddling. A ball set rolling on the ground stop after some time. So this is due to the unbalanced force of friction between the ball and ground. Now we will learn about the Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion. So according to Newton's first law of motion, a body at rest will remain at rest, and a body in motion will continue in motion in a straight line within a uniform speed unless it is compelled by an external force to change its state of rest or uniform motion. To understand the first law of motion, let us the following examples are there. For one, suppose a book is lying on the table. The book cannot change its position of rest by itself. It can change its state of rest only when compelled by a force of our hands. It means the position of rest of book has been changed by the external force of our hand. In the same way, a table, chair, bed, etc. continue to be in a state of rest unless some external force is applied to move them. All these observations support the first part of the first law of motion. And again, on the second part of the law, a body is in uniform motion continue to move uniformly unless an external force is applied to change its speed. In fact, some invisible forces like air resistance, frictional force between the body and the ground are always present, which opposes the motion of the body. If these opposing force were not present, the body is in uniform motion, will continue to move and never stop on its own. Otherwise, the moving body will stop after covering some distance. For example, a ball rolling on the ground will stop after moving a small distance. So, in this part, a body moving along a straight line will continue to move along a same straight line unless an external force is applied on the body to change its direction of motion. So, the first law of motion divided into two parts, and this first law of motion is known as the law of inertia also. So, inertia is the property of a body due to which it opposes or resists any change in state of rest or uniform motion. Mass is measured of the inertia of the body. If a body has more mass, it has more inertia. It means heavier object have more inertia than the lighter object. For example, a 1 rupees coin and 5 rupees coin. Between the 1 rupees coin and 5 rupees coin, the inertia of 5 rupees coin is more than the inertia of 1 rupees coin. So, it is clear that inertia of body depends on the mass. Note down, very clearly there. The inertia of body depends on its mass. Inertia is the inherent property of all objects. Thus, Newton's first law of motion is known as the law of inertia. And the types of inertia. So, inertia of a body is of three types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. So, first of all, we discuss about the inertia of rest. So, the tendency of body to oppose any change in its state of rest is known as inertia of rest. It means a body is at rest opposes the forces which try to move it. For example, when a bus or a train starts suddenly, a person sitting inside tends to fall backward. Understand this example. When a bus or train starts suddenly, the person sitting inside tends to fall backward. Listen carefully. Actually, when we are sitting on bus or train, our lower portion of the body is contact with the bus or train, and upper parts of the body is free from the seat. So when the bus or train starts suddenly, our lower portion of the body comes in motion, but the upper parts of the body remains in rest position. So we jerk backward. Is it clear? If any doubt, please ask me frequently. So that is the inertia of rest. Now, when a branches of tree is vigorously shake, some of its fruit or leaves falls from the tree. This is because on shaking the branch comes in motion, moving to and fro slightly, but its fruit and leaves tends to remains at rest due to their inertia and hence get detached and falls down. Very important example is there. Next, the carpet is beaten with a stick to move the dust particles. When we hanging carpet is beaten with a stick, the force of stick makes the carpet move to and fro slightly. That is, fibers of the carpet comes in motion and hence move forward, but the dust particle tends to remains at rest due to the inertia and hence separate from the carpet. So these are the some example of inertia of rest. Now inertia of motion. So the tendency of body to oppose any change in state of uniform motion is known as inertia of motion. It means a body in motion opposes the forces which try to stop it. Examples: when a moving bus or train stops suddenly, the passenger sitting inside tends falls forward. So, uh, we can understand this example. This is because the lower part of the body of the passenger comes to rest as soon as the bus stops, but the upper parts of their body tends to move forward due to inertia of motion. Next example, a luggage is usually tied with a rope on the roof of buses. When the bus stops suddenly, the luggage kept on the roof tends to remain in a state of motion, may fall from the roof of the bus due to the inertia of motion. Similarly, when bus suddenly start, the luggage on the roof of the bus tends to continue in the state of rest and hence falls down from the roof of the bus. Therefore, it is advised to tie any luggage kept on the roof of the bus with a rope. And next and very interesting example is there, a person jumping out, getting down of a speeding bus or train may falls forward. This is because on jumping, his feet comes to rest suddenly as they touch the ground, but his remaining parts of our body continue to remains in motion in forward direction due to the inertia of motion. So a jumping person falls forward. Now inertia of direction. So the property of a body to oppose any change in its direction of motion is known as inertia of direction. It means a body opposes the force that try to change the direction of the motion. For example, when a car rounds a curve, suddenly a person sitting inside tends to fall sideways. This is because when the car turns, the person tries to maintain his original direction of motion due to the inertia of direction. When a stone is next example, when a stone is tied, a string is whirling in a horizontal circle, the string breaks, the stone flies away tendency. So this is the stone moving in the circular path has the direction of motion along the tangent at any point of the circle. So the pull of hand keep it in circular path. As soon as the string breaks, the force acting on the string cease and the stone continue to move along the tangent of the point of the circle due to inertia of direction. So that's all. Today we have only discussed about the introduction of force, concept of force, effect of force, and their examples, type of forces, balance and unbalanced force, then their examples, and Newton's first law of motion, the inertia, types of inertia. And next class we will start the next topic of this chapter, momentum. Before this, you will have to write all the notes clearly by listening the video time to time. If you have any problem, you repeat the video 2 or 3 times, then write the notes. सुबह कल कहाँ चल गया पता नहीं।